So picture this. You're just casually checking your bank account, going through the motions, and suddenly, boom, a mystery charge. Your stomach just absolutely drops, right? It is a horrible feeling. But hey, before you let the panic set in, you just need a solid plan. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to jump right into a structured, step-by-step guide on exactly how to reclaim your funds and lock down your account when you spot an unexpected charge at Huntington Bank. Let's get right into it.
Finding a fraudulent or just totally unrecognized charge can instantly set off alarm bells in your head. But seriously, take a deep breath. Huntington Bank actually has very specific, reliable, and legally backed protocols designed specifically to protect you in this exact scenario. So, whether we're talking about a stolen debit card, a weird billing error on your credit card, or just a wonky electronic transfer, we are going to walk through the exact steps you need to take to get your hard-earned money back.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be covering understanding your statement, preparing your info, contacting the bank, filing the dispute, going over those legal timelines, and finally preventing this whole mess from happening again.
Okay, step 1, understanding your statement.
Before you go sounding the alarm, you kind of need to play detective for just a quick minute. Look really closely at your statement. Sometimes a perfectly legitimate purchase just shows up under a bizarre parent company law or maybe a strange billing address. But if you're looking at a genuine double charge, a subscription you know for a fact you canceled, something you never received, or straight-up identity theft, listen to this. You have exactly 60 days from the date Huntington sent or made available that first statement with the error to take action. Literally 60 days. If you miss that window, your options are going to shrink dramatically.
Moving right along to step 2, preparing to dispute.
Okay, having your data perfectly organized right from the jump is basically going to dictate the speed of your recovery. So before you even think about picking up the phone or walking into a branch, you've got to get your ducks in a row. Gather these absolute essentials: your full name and contact info, your specific account number, the exact dollar amount, and I mean down to the cent, the transaction date, and a crystal clear description of the error. The rep is going to need every single one of these details to open your case file. And hey, if you have any receipts or cancellation emails, definitely have those handy too.
All right, step 3, contacting Huntington.
So Huntington actually maintains a few different intake channels, and the one you use depends entirely on the type of account you're disputing. Grab a pen. You'll want to call the specific number tied to your card type. For ATM, debit, and electronic ACH transfers, you're going to call 800-480-2265. Now, if it's a consumer credit card, you'll dial 800-340-4165. And for commercial credit cards, it's 888-766-0436. Go ahead and save the number for your specific card right now so you have it in your back pocket. These lines are open daily, or, you can always just visit a local branch to speak with someone face-to-face. Now, if you're someone who prefers to submit things in writing, or if you're disputing a super complex ACH electronic transfer, which actually requires specific NACHA reason codes, this is the exact mailing address you have to use. Please don't send it to general correspondence because that'll just delay your claim. Make sure it goes straight to P.O. Box 1558, attention GW4W61 in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, step 4, filing the disputes. This is essentially your financial triage process. First, obviously, report the charge. Second, to stop any further financial bleeding, Huntington is going to require you to immediately deactivate that compromised card. And here's the good news. Under the Electronic Funds Transfer Act, once you actually notify the bank, you aren't on the hook for any unauthorized charges that happen after that point. Finally, if deactivating your card leaves you totally stranded without cash, don't panic. You can just walk into any local Huntington branch and request a temporary ATM card to tide you over while your new permanent one comes in the mail. That brings us to step 5, follow-up and timelines. We've officially reached the most anxiety-inducing part of the whole process, which is the waiting game. But understanding the actual legal timelines here is going to give you incredible peace of mind. The pathways actually diverge sharply here based on how you paid. Debit card disputes fall under a federal rule called Regulation E. Because debit cards pull real, hard cash directly from your checking account, Regulation E literally forces the bank to eventually put provisional or temporary cash back into your account while they investigate. Credit card disputes, on the other hand, fall under Regulation Z. Since that's a line of credit, the bank simply freezes the charge. They won't try to collect the money, they won't charge you interest on it, and they definitely won't report it as delinquent to credit bureaus while they investigate. So what does this all mean for you getting your money back? Well, If Huntington can't resolve your debit card dispute within 10 business days, they are legally required to issue that provisional cash credit we just talked about. Then, for a standard domestic dispute, they have 45 calendar days to completely wrap up the investigation. But wait, if you're disputing a credit card charge, a foreign transaction, or if your account is less than 30 days old, that maximum timeline actually stretches out to 90 calendar days. And finally, step 6, resolution and prevention. So once the investigation finally concludes, Huntington will reach out via phone or mail. If the fraud is confirmed, fantastic news. Your provisional cash credit becomes permanent, or that frozen credit card charge is wiped away for good. Plus, your new secure card will arrive within 5 business days. But if the merchant actually provides compelling evidence that the charge was valid, Huntington will rule against you. If that happens, they're going to reverse that provisional credit, but they are absolutely required to give you a 5-day written notice before they pull those funds back out of your account.
Now, to prevent this entire headache from ever happening again, you really need to use the bank's digital defense tools. You should immediately make sure you're enrolled in Confirm It Fraud Alerts and a program called Huntington Heads Up. These are awesome, proactive digital tools that monitor your cash flow for you. You can literally customize them so that the absolute second your card is used for an online, phone, or mail purchase, you get a real-time text alert. Honestly, it is the fastest possible way to catch a thief in the act, and it just gives you total peace of mind.
Real quick, before we wrap things up today, please remember that this explainer is strictly for informational purposes, based on Huntington's current guidelines. Because everyone's financial situation is totally unique, you should always consult directly with Huntington Bank or your own financial advisor to get personalized advice for your specific accounts. Knowing exactly how to dispute a charge gives you immense power over your own financial well-being. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Now that you know exactly how the dispute process works inside and out, what proactive step are you going to take today? Are you going to go set up those real-time text alerts, or maybe do a quick audit of this month's statement? The security of your hard-earned money is literally in your hands, and you've absolutely got this. Stay vigilant out there, and thanks so much for joining me.